This conference will now be recorded.
Finding mountain pose, but take the legs a little bit wider, maybe hip width apart, shoulder width apart, whatever feels good and stable. And then just allow yourself to roll the palms open, pull the shoulder blades down, and really shine from the front of the collarbone all the way across the shoulders. Close your eyes and let's take 3 nice full deep breaths. Feel the belly rise, middle chest, upper chest. And then release it all the way back down. Take another full deep breath in. And release it all the way down out to the mouth if that feels good. And then one more. Really elongate. Reach the fingertips toward the floor. Pull the navel to spine. Shoulder blades down. Engage into the legs and feel the heels of your feet. And then on your next in-breath, let's step in, hip width apart. Spin the palms towards the thighs, and let's inhale, 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 exhale, coming into joyful breath. Just really awakening, bringing all of that chronic flow in. Nice, full, deep breaths. Doesn't matter what you do with your arms. Just feel that nice, full, deep, luscious breath. 3 more unless you get dizzy. All the way up and exhale, arms to the side body. Roll the shoulders back, soften into the knees, and just do a rolling wave of the body, working into the shoulders, tipping hands forward and back, and then do it forward. Move the whole body, hips, belly, nice full deep movements, and then very gently come into stillness. And let's take and interlace the fingers back behind us, and we're going to take and bring the one fist over to the right waistline. Pull that right elbow back. Take a full in-breath. And as you exhale, look over at the opposite shoulder of the earth. Try to really open up through that front side body. And then slowly lift the chin. Move very slowly with the neck. And then take the chin back towards the shoulder. Then slowly lift the chin and slowly bring it back down towards the shoulder. Really draw that elbow back and breathe into the opening. One more time, lift the chin up and move the lower palate of your jaw and find a stretch into that front side neck. More so into the front. And then bring the head back upright. And let's take right ear to right shoulder. Crown of the head to the sky and left ear, left shoulder. Keep drawing that right elbow back. Bring the crown of the head straight back up. And we're going to keep the chin slightly tucked and we're going to look to the right. Bring the head back to neutral and over to the left. So just working into the full range of motion of the cervical spine. Draw the head back to neutral. And let's switch the one fist over to the other side waistline. Draw that elbow back, and we're going to look at the opposite shoulder. Look at the earth in the shoulder. So you're working into the back side of the neck. Use an in-breath to slowly lift the chin. Remember, move very slow. Adjust the jawline so that you're working into those muscles. And then slowly bring the chin back down towards the shoulder. And again, just rise. Move the jawline. Take the bottom palate side to side. Rolling chin back in. And then one more time, lift it up and find your deepest stretch. Extend the bottom jaw beyond the top jaw. Take the palate over to the left, the bottom palate over to the left side of the jaw, and then over to the right. Really subtle movements. And then very, very slowly bring the head back upright. And take left ear, left shoulder. Crown of the head to the sky. And opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Keep that elbow straight back. And then bring the head back upright. And let's turn to the left. Keep the chin slightly tucked. Back to neutral and over to the other side. Good, bring it all the way back. And we're just going to take and bring the 1/5 down and reach the knuckles towards the earth. Really externally rotate the shoulders back. Bend into the knees, hip width apart, and on an exhale, keep the 1/5 and the inner arms on the back as you lower down, nice and slow. Feel the stretch into your back, bring the crown of the head towards the earth, and then lift the 1/5 up off your back, and do a big circle very slowly, one direction, and then the other direction. 1/5 all the way to the back of the head. One more breath here. And then slowly release the hands out to their respective sides. Let the arms get very heavy. Grab opposite elbows. Just dangle to that side. Let the arms drop to the earth or the backs of the hands. And on an in-breath, slowly roll up ragdoll all the way up. Crown of the head to the sky. And let's take and cross right leg over left. Really hug the legs together. And we can just walk the hands down the leg coming forward, or we can reverse swan dive down. You can hold on to the lower legs, to the earth, whatever feels good. Try to really allow the legs to engage towards each other. Square the hips and shoulders. Straighten into the back leg as you bend into the front knee, and take a couple of breaths here. And then walk over to the right. Back to neutral and over to the left. Try to get into the back, the lower back. And then come back to neutral, please. Hug the legs together and walk the hands up the legs, or reverse swan dive. Bring it all the way up. Allow yourself to spin the right palm to the sky, and on an exhale, just lean over to the left. Really hug the legs together. Come back upright and switch. Take the left palm to the sky, right hand holds the wrist, and very carefully lean over the other direction. Good, come all the way back up. And on an exhale, bring the arms all the way down to the side. Shift onto the front foot and sweep the back foot around nice and slow or quickly. And let's switch sides. So with the arms to the side, on an in-breath, let's bring the backs of the hands together. Squeeze and rise up through the fingertips. On an exhale, come into cactus arms. And let's take and sweep left under right and draw an oval each direction. Come back to neutral and then sweep the arms open, and let's bring the other arm underneath, eagle arms. Draw an oval, one oval each direction, clockwise and counterclockwise. Come back to neutral, and on an in-breath, sweep the arms all the way up, or walk the hands down the legs. Hug the legs together and swan dive down. Good. Square through the hips. Just find a nice opening into the low back. Begin to lengthen through the back leg and soften into the front knee and feel that stretch. Good. Take another breath here and then walk it over one direction, left or right, your choice, and then walk it over to the other direction. Maybe lift all 10 toes. Come back to neutral and walk the hands up the leg for reverse swan dive. Bring it all the way up. Backs of the hands together. Whirl the palms together and exhale down to the heart. Shift onto the front foot and bring the back foot around. Inhale all the way up and on an exhale and swan dive and come all the way down into down dog and just take a nice runner stretch. Work into the heels. Good. And then take and draw the right leg to the sky. Tap the hip. And then square the hip. Keep the knee bent. And let's come forward into pigeon. Keep the back toes tucked under. Maybe lift up onto the fingertips and walk that right foot forward. Just seaweed side to side in your pigeon. You can take and bring a block underneath that right hip. You can bring that right hip to the floor. Allow yourself to rotate and square over that front knee. Keep those toes tucked under, press into those toes, and then just allow yourself to seaweed just a little bit, opening up into that right hip a little bit more. See if you can take your hands further to the right and then seaweed side to side. Should feel a nice stretch into that right glute, that right hip. And then maybe melt down. Maybe come onto the forearms, maybe not. Maybe you can lengthen all the way out. Really soften into where you feel the stretch. And take another couple of deep breaths here. Soften, soften, soften. And then very gently lift that upright square to the front of the mat. Left toe still tucked under. And on an in breath, keep that right leg all the way up to the sky again and stack the hip. Then draw a figure 8 with your right knee. So take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, take the knee out to the right, descend it down towards the earth and over to the left. Take it all the way back to the right, and then sweep it all the way back up to the sky. Really lengthen into that leg, press into the left heel, and bring the right leg down. Take a full in-breath. Exhale down onto your knees and back into child. Ooh. Inhale, come all the way forward. Let the hips hinge all the way, not a hip hinge forward, but extend the hips forward. Pull the shoulder blades down. And then back up, tuck the toes under, down dog. Allow yourself to sweep the left leg up to the sky. Stack the hip. Ooh, press into that right heel, little stretch here. Square the hips and then slowly bring that left knee forward. Lengthen through that right leg. Tuck the toes or untuck the toes. It's always up to you. Allow yourself to seaweed side to side. Remember, you can place a block on underneath that left glute, or you can sit on it. Then begin to pray, stay upright and frame that left leg. Use the heels of your palm to press back. And just move the hips a little bit side to side. And it should deepen that stretch into that left glute. And then maybe begin to melt down, maybe not. Just use the traction and the stretch and the release, what I call the seaweeding, side to side. Just allow yourself to move into it, and then maybe melt all the way down. Nice deep breaths. Soften wherever you can. And then slowly walk back upright. Come to the center. If right toes aren't tucked under, allow yourself to tuck them under. Lift up nice and tall. Turn right and turn left. Come all the way back forward. Down onto the palms and sweep that left leg all the way into the sky. Stack the hip. Good. Square the hip. Take a full in breath and now you exhale. Draw your figure 8. So drop that left knee to the outer edge of the right mat, to the left, then sweep it up to the sky, taking left foot over to the right side of the mat. Good. Lengthen that left leg all the way out, right heel down. And then allow yourself, please, to bring left leg down. From there, allow yourself, please, to come right down into tabletop. Whew. And on an in-breath, reverse swan dive up. Tuck the toes under. And on an exhale, hands to low back, to the hips, to the hamstrings. Externally rotate. Start soft. Breathe into your camel pose. Maybe take right hand, right heel, left arm to the sky. And then switching left hand to left heel. Or you can keep the hands on the low back. And then both arms up. And on an exhale, back into tabletop. Allow yourself to round the cow spine in and out. Ooh, total deep movements. We'll keep working into these hips. Do 2 more cat cow and then begin to add rock if that feels good. Tailbone towards heels. Lift up, cow, round. Good, and then come into your tabletop. Take your feet to one side and come down on the opposite hip. So we'll really allow this to work into sciatica, into a hip opener. Shake those legs. Good, and then bend into the knees. Let's lift the arms to the sky. And on an exhale, slowly roll all the way down, or quickly. Walk the heels back in your bridge foundation and just do some pelvic tilts. Loosening that low back. Good, and then we're going to come into inverted pigeon. So take right ankle to left knee. Bring the arms out to a T. Press firmly into the left foot. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, touch that right knee to the floor on the right. Keep both shoulder blades tacked down. On an in-breath, lift back up. And on the exhale, let the right foot come all the way over to the left, landing onto the floor. Then take your left hand and use it on an exhale to bring that inner right knee or that inner right thigh towards the floor. On the in-breath, rise it back up and press it away, opening up into that right inner groin. And we'll do 4 more of those. So just allow the left hand to bring the inner right thigh towards the earth, the inner right leg, and then press it away. A total of 5 times. So we're really stretching as we bring that inner right leg down towards the earth into that right glute. Keep both the shoulder blades tacked down. Just in and out. Good. Last one. And then bring the left arm out, palm down, right palm down, track the shoulder blades down, navel to spine, and press and bring the knees back upright. Take and hug the knees into the chest. However that works for you. If you want, you can lengthen that left leg out and grab from above and maybe come into a little bit of a mini plow, or you can just hold your inverted pigeon. Make sure you flex into the feet and take a couple of breaths here. Good, and then we'll release down. And we're going to switch sides. So bring the right foot down. We're going to cross the left ankle just above that right knee. Press that left thigh away. Bring the arms out to a T. Really hug the shoulder blades down. You print that low back. Flex into the left toes. Strong right leg. And on an exhale, touch the left knee to the left side. Bringing it down as far as feels safe for your back. And then on an in-breath, bring it up and descend that left foot down towards the right side of the mat. Keep both shoulder blades kept down. Use the right hand as you exhale to press that left knee away from the earth. Then use an exhale to compress and bring that inner left leg down towards the earth. Inhale, extend it up and away from the earth. On the exhale, bring it down, really working into a nice deep stretch. Allow it to come back up. We have 3 more, a total of 5. Make sure you find the stretch and use the breath, a nice exhale as that inner leg comes down. Again, allow yourself to stretch that. Bring it all the way back upright. And last one. Really tap down that left shoulder so you're working in to this whole back, lower left side. And then drop back up. Extend the right arm out, palm down, tap the shoulder blades down, navel to spine, core engage, rise back up. From there, just cross the left leg over the right and hug both knees into the chest and bring your forehead up if that feels good. Bring the head back down and use your hands to pry the feet apart. Bring them forward and down at the same time. Rock a little bit side to side, and this will also open up the hips and into the sciatica, into those glutes. Just open up the best that you can. Allow yourself to feel the subtle movements. Soften the muscles so that you have more space for that sciatica nerve. Notice which leg is on top. It should be your left, but if it's not, we're going to switch. So take the legs upright and bring them at a wide angle. Use your hands on the inside to press those away and just rock a little bit side to side. Tuck the chin into the hollow of the throat so that your chin isn't lifted. And then allow yourself to flex deeply into those widened legs. Press into your heels and feel a deep stretch through the back of the back side of the legs and into those back knee creases, if that feels safe. Always listen to the body, flay the toes open. Now let's bring the opposite leg in front. So for me, it's my right leg. Cross the knees. And then just take it and hug the knees into your chest and maybe bring your head up. Really releasing that back. As the head comes down, open the legs wide. Try to bring the feet forward and down at the same time, and that's going to work into that, into the glutes, or creating space for that sciatica nerve. You can do a nice little yes. A little pulsing of a yes, and rock side to side. I'm getting a little bit more out of the pulsing of that yes. And then we're just going to very gently take the legs back up to the sky. Bend into the knees, bring the feet down one at a time into bridge pose. And then just allow yourself, please, to bring your arms beside you. Walk your feet away a little bit, chin to chest. See if you can just lift all the way up. I want to do one more thing here very quickly. So transition onto your belly. Allow your arms to stack with your palms stacked on top of each other. Bring your right ear, your left ear to the earth, and then bring your right knee out to the side like tree pose. So you're looking at your knee, and I want you to just bend into that knee and see if you can find a space that allows you to really relax into that right glute area. So bend it closer, bringing the knee closer to your right elbow, or maybe moving it away and bringing that right foot to the inner left leg. So find your spot and just take 2 breaths here, and then we'll switch sides. So if you have a really tight piriformis, and it's the piriformis that's trapping the sciatica nerve, then this particular stretch will feel really good. Just keep playing with where and how that bent knee is, and just soften. You can flex into that right foot. 1 more breath here, and then we'll switch sides. So lengthen out the right leg, bring the head to neutral, come down onto the right ear, and extend the left knee out. And just find that perfect spot. You're going to be able to feel the right hip points on the earth, but not the left. Just keep working into that left knee until you find you're getting a really good stretch into that left side of your buttock. Nice deep breaths here, please. 2 more nice deep breaths. And then bring the head to neutral, lengthen out that left leg, and bring the palms beside you, elbows straight back, lengthen the right leg and the left leg, anchor them down after you lift them, and on an in-breath, rise up into Cobra Pose, and exhale down. Inhale, press and rise, maybe a little higher, maybe not, really squeeze the tush, and come back down. We're going to press all the way back into child's pose. And then take a lift up into tabletop. Take the feet to one side and come down onto the opposite hip. Last one to work into the hips and the sciatica. So bring the left knee forward and stack the right on top the best that you can. Walk the feet out to the side. And then just bring your hands onto your inner ankles, your feet, and just hip hinge forward. And then inhale, press and rise. Exhale, hip hinge forward.
Oh, that's me. I'm on my phone. I have to go. That was wonderful. I felt all of those stretches. It was yeah.
Thank you for saying that, Nancy.
Thank you. Love you, Bo. Bye.
Okay. So we'll switch and do the other side. So bring that left knee up on top of the right. Bring the feet out to the side. Take a full in breath, and as you exhale, hip hinge forward. Really soften into the stretch, really working into the glutes, the hips. And then on an in breath, let's lift all the way back upright. And exhale, melt. In breath up. Woo. And then from there, allow yourself, please, to come right back up into tabletop. And we're just going to take and bring that right foot out to the side, lift up. My right toes are right towards the side of the mat. I'm going to bring that left hand onto the hip, and I'm just going to bend into that right knee and then lift back up. Just continue to move into this a little bit, side to side. A nice inner groin stretch. You can always put something underneath the knee. We'll finish up with some really nice core since we've opened up the hips. Let's do 4 more of these, just really opening up. You can begin to the arm with it, to add and enhance with it. Good, 2 more. And then come all the way back upright. Let's bring that knee in and switch sides. So you can bring the foot closer in or further out. The further out you take it, the more stretch you're going to get. And lift and lower and lift and lower. Continue. Good. If you want, add the other arm. Always allow the practice to be what you need to really nurture and nourish the entire physicality. Feel the stretch, stay strong into that side foot. Good, and 2 more. Last one. Good, and sweep and bring the hands down. Allow yourself to bring the knees in. And we're just very gently going to come back down onto our bellies. Bring the arm forward, palms down. You're all the way down. Lift the right leg, anchor it down, and then the left and anchor it down. Eyes to the earth. And allow yourself to lift arms and legs and just begin to swim. This is our Pilates swimmer. So just strengthening into the back muscles. Nice deep breaths here, breathing fully and completely. Lay into the toes. Just a full 30 seconds. Keep the eyes, keep the head down. This is about using the arms and the legs. Breathing fully and completely. Nice deep breaths. In and out. Really isolating in our yoga tone to work different muscles, different nerves. And come all the way down, bend into the knees, please, and windshield wiper. And then just come and lengthen the legs out. We're going to roll onto the left side. We're going to bring the elbow right underneath the left shoulder. You can extend your left hand. You can bring it upward to 45 degrees. Place it safe for you where you can really keep that shoulder blade tucked in, that left shoulder blade. We're going to bend into the knees, so line up the glutes, the heels, elbow. We're going to come into a lifted clamshell, so there's options. Stage 1 is just to lift that top leg off the bottom and bring it back down. So you want to make sure that you stack the heels when you do that. If you want to add a little bit more, we can take and lift up, taking the whole side body off the floor and bring it back down. You can allow yourself to roll your toes, the top toes, to touch the earth as you lift up so that you don't lose your form, or you can take and keep them stacked and lift all the way up. So it's your choice. And we'll just continue to move into this. You can also use a resistance band if you have a resistance band. So I'm just standing my top foot on the bottom foot and lifting. You can also just roll the toes under, touching the toes under and lift. You can feel the difference. If you have tight piriformis issues, it might be better for you to just curl the toes under because you're isolating different muscles. Good, that's 2. Last one. And just draw the legs forward. Bend into the knees, bring the arms to the sky, and on an exhale, just fold forward. Grab the outer ankles, the outer feet, and just stretch your low back. And then middle back, and then the upper back. Find that nice traction. And then lift all the way back upright. And we'll roll over to the other side. So place that right hand wherever you can keep a nice stability into that right shoulder. Bend into the knees. And remember, you can just lift that leg without lifting the hips up. That's your modification. Otherwise, lifting up into a nice side dolphin plank. You can add the resistance band and just breathe into it. Nice deep breaths. In and out. Good. Lifting. I can see that I have a lot more opening on the other side. How about you? Just really staying in tune with our movement, squeezing the glutes. And we have 3 more. Good, and breathe. Last one. Good, and from there, allow yourself to draw the feet forward. Give them a good shake. Let's rise up, feet bend into the knees. Back of the knee crease is about 4 inches off the floor. On an exhale, let's just roll down. Arms up overhead. Sweep and draw the arms forward, chin to chest, and rise back up. Good, and 9 more. Really engage the core muscles. Keep the chin tucked as you lift up, and maybe you just hold and look at your toes. That's perfectly fine. Just working different core muscle groups, isolating different core muscles. We find just lift up and engage, squeeze imaginary block between the thighs and the calf muscles, and sweep it back and release. Just continue. Breathing fully and completely. You can begin to add a little more stretch if you choose. Really feel the engagement of that lower core. Last one, we're going to come all the way down onto the back. Bend into the knees, please. Just do some pelvic tilts. So adhere the low back to the earth and then release. And then walk the heels back. Feet the width of the mat, please. Feet 90 degrees forward. Allow yourself, please, to bend into the elbows and hug the upper inner arms towards the rib cage. Tuck the chin into the hollow of the throat and use an exhale to lift up into bridge pose. From here, we're just going to alternately squeeze opposite glute. So start with your left, squeeze it, and then the right, and the left, and the right, and the left, and the right. Just keep squeezing side to side. You know, as the hips rise higher and higher. Just continue to open up. Good, and then once you get to a certain point, make sure you have space through the throat area. Just pulse. Just pulse, little pulses. Really strengthening those glutes to protect the back. Nice deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Really press into the upper
arms there engaged into the earth. Let the palms face each other. Only soft through the face and the neck. Now squeeze and hold. Count to 5. Really squeeze. Tighter. Stay strong into your feet. Feel the inseams of the legs rope towards each other. And then on an exhale, slowly drop down. Let the palms come to the earth and do a couple of pelvic tilts just to release that low back, please. And allow yourself to take and draw the feet straight out from the knees. And then use the hands behind the head and lift up. If you want a modification, just keep the feet on the floor and keep the head lifted so that you can feel this whole front core engaged. So either position is good. If you keep your feet on the floor, now take your right elbow towards your left knee and try to lift that left shoulder blade off the floor. For those of you with the feet lifted, elongate out the right leg. And just hold, bringing right elbow, left knee. Try to lift that left shoulder as well. Lighten the toes. Good, now switch. Try to lift up off that right shoulder as well. Good, breathe, navel to spine. And now we'll alternate. So again, both feet can be on the floor if you choose. Just take it side to side. Nice deep breaths, in and out. Full engagement. Breathing. Nice deep breaths. So a combination of working through the sciatica nerve today, hip openers, and then ending with some nice core, building strength. Good. And then take both legs to the sky. Bring the elbows forward. Again, you can have your feet on the floor. Really try to lift both shoulder blades up off the earth. Use the arms only to protect the head. For those of you who you're capable and it doesn't bother your neck, push the arms forward. Spine, chin to chest. Good, and breathe. Good, you can stay right here or begin to lift and lower the legs. You can take one hand back or hold both hands. Just breathe. 30 seconds. Nice deep breaths. Stay soft through the face and the jaw. Feel that heat begin to burn. Toes widened. Low back is totally imprinted into the earth. Just breathing. Nice deep breaths. Continuing. The last 5. Good. Breathe. You're doing so beautifully. Hang in there. Last one. And hug in. Rock side to side. Full deep breaths. From there, allow yourself, please, to take and wedge the hands underneath the buttocks. Take the legs to the sky. Bring the inseams of the legs together, play into the toes, imprint the low back, take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, begin to point into the toes, bend deeply into the knees, keep the knees on top of the hips, and then as you exhale, scoop the toes forward to the top of the mat and back up to the sky. Nice slow movements, really pull navel to spine as you lengthen the legs out and feel that low belly core really activate. Take it slow. Stay soft through the face and the neck. Keep the inseams of the legs together. Really stretching it out and up to the sky. Use that full deep breath. Exhale as you take them forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale as you bend the knees and float the feet forward and back up to the sky. Resting anytime that you need. Really hug and traction that low belly into the spine. Feel that nice opening. If you get a toe cramp, take the toes out of the pointing. Full deep movements and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Keep the legs together as one unit. Hug them together. And we have two more. A steady flow of core here. Take the legs up to the sky. Open the toes, press the heels together. Allow yourself to bring the arms up overhead and stack the palms on top of each other. Backs of the hands on the earth. You're going to press the heels, energize the legs, and just lift the hips off the floor. It's a subtle movement. Use the core and just breathe. If you need to take a break, take a break. Just continue to move and breathe. Nice deep breaths. Really press the heels together. Keep the legs energized. Arms are not active at all. Begin to really feel that burn as we link all of these last core classes together. Good, and 5 more. Use the core muscle for breath. Feel that engagement. You can really feel the back muscles engaged. Last one. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring the head up. And gently bring the head down. Open up into full happy baby and rock side to side. And we'll end with one of my favorites, standing plank. So go ahead and grab the back side of the legs, roll all the way up to the sitting bones, and come to stand. So I'll show this in both directions. It's actually the chair pose in yoga. You want to make sure that you can feel the foundation of the feet really nice and engaged. Legs engaged, kneecaps lifted. You want to make sure you can feel the heels of your feet. Then we're going to bend deeply into the knees. And we're going to take an interlace set of fingers. And then we're going to drop down into like a downhill skier position. We're going to pull the shoulder blades down. I have lifted all 10 toes and I'm pressing into the big toe mound and pinky toe mound. We're just going to hold this for a minute. You can come out at any time, but try to engage. You can feel the quads fire up. You can feel the hamstrings, real awareness. Really engage, keep a tush, shoulder blades down, navel to spine. Keep pressing into the big toe mound, little toe mound, but 70% of the weight onto the heels. Good, and breathe. Maybe you can come down a little bit lower. You just want to keep re-engaging what disengages. Really hug in nice and tight. Full deep breaths. Breathe. Last core movement today, so give it all you got. Really hug in. This is a nice way to do plank if you have a hurt shoulder. And I nursed one for a long time. So this became my plank pose while I was rehabbing. I can feel the adductors and abductors fired up. On an in-breath, rise up. And exhale, swan dive down. Step back into down dog. Nice, easy runner stretch. Good. Bend to bring the left knee down.
And just stretch the right toes back. My left heel is right underneath my left buttock. So I'm getting a nice compression into that left knee, a nice stretch to the back of the right leg. And then just hop back forward and switch. So extend that left leg back, toes tucked. Untuck the right foot, press the top of the foot into the earth. Really getting a nice stretch. You can also bring the left toes back forward, tuck the right toes under, and get a nice stretch into the right toes. Good, and then come into tabletop. We'll just roll forward and come into butterfly. So soles of the feet together, grab the toes, the ankles, just fold forward. Allow yourself to lean over to the right a little bit, and then over to the left as we come into our cool down. Nice deep stretches here. Come back to neutral. And bring the upper torso up. Lengthen the legs out. Now let's just take that right leg across the body and bring that same arm out. And just do a nice no. And then a yes. Nice stretch into the inner outer thigh. Good, and release down, and let's switch legs. So a nice shake. And we'll take an extend and bring that left leg over to the right. You can bring your right arm out. You can place the right hand on your low back and just lift up out of that pelvic bowl and shine your heart. Do a nice yes and no with the leg. And then bring it back to neutral place, release it down. Now let's bend into that right knee. Take the left leg very wide and just lean forward. So adjust your bent knee, foot, so that you can hip hinge forward a little bit. Not only do you get a stretch into the inner groin, but a nice stretch into the low back. And then lift up, legs are wide. And let's bend into the left knee. And then hip hinge forward into a nice stretch. And then lift all the way up. And the last one is to bring the legs together. Keep them long, and then bring the soles of the feet together. So it's more of a diamond shape. We're going to lift up out of the hips and hinge forward. You can place the arms right on top of the lower legs, or you can bring them underneath and just fold forward. Find a nice deep stretch through the back ribs. You can do a nice nose with the head, taking the head side to side, or you can round into a nice turtle shell or a cat spine. Really stretching into the back ribs, hugging the feet on top or of the feet if they're underneath, or the ankles, or on top of the inner feet if you're holding forward. One more breath. And then slowly rise it up, lengthen the legs out, give them a nice shake, bring the palms together, take a full in breath, and on an exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Until we meet again.